everybody. How are you today? You're watching the
Deb.
Periscoping Sisters podcast. It is Sunday, April 17th, 2016, and this is episode, Skein 6. I am
Hey,
Debbie Reese on Ravelry and Periscope, Debbie S. Reese on Instagram, and you are?
I am Amy. I'm the older sister living in Georgia. I'm Inked Indigo on Instagram and Indigo Amy on Ravelry. And I'm telling you, what we do for our viewers to do a podcast is just, if there was no such thing technology, of course we could do this. But I'm telling you what, I know we've come a long way with technology, but trying to find the right setup exactly is really very, very challenging. But we will persevere. We will keep it on.
Yes.
Okay. So, what's going on in your world on Sunday?
Well, this has been another crazy week, as usual. But
per usual for you.
I know. I need to do something about it. But you've got a mug. Let's see your mug.
Oh yes, I got a new teacup yesterday.
That's
I bought it at Marshall's.
Really
and
pretty.
I'm drinking David's tea from the Grocery Girl. I'm telling you, you see this big, huge tea bag? They're probably going to laugh at me. They're probably going to be like, Amy, I think that you're supposed to put that in a whole pot of tea. I don't know. Since I've just started, this is like the fourth hot water that I've poured in here. I've gotten I'm sure it's for. Now I'm really sounding like a complete doorknob. I'm sure it's for a complete pot.
Yes.
Not me.
Amy.
I'm drinking it all. And this is it's the fruit of paradise. Oh my gosh, they're so good. Okay, so anyway,
you see my mug?
This is me and my little teacup. I don't see your mug. Okay, hold it still so I can see it better. There's a glare on it, little Debbie. Oh, is it a fish? No, it's not a fish.
It is a fish.
It is a fish.
It's a drawing by Luke.
Love Luke. Oh, Lukey made that, and you had to put on a mug? Oh,
yeah.
My gosh, that's so cute, Debbie.
It was from one of his little pieces of art. Cute. I had mugs made for Mom and Dad and for me, and I'm just drinking water.
Oh, nice.
I'm not much of a tea drinker. I'm like Sue. Every now and then I'll find one that I like, but I usually brew it, make it hot, and then add a bunch of ice and make it iced tea because I don't really like hot tea. So I'm just going to drink my water.
Yeah, well. And I haven't had coffee in, I don't know how long, very long time.
Really?
My husband's like, do we even have any creamer? And we always have creamer because I used to drink coffee. But now he's got to bring the creamer in from the truck because he's gone for the week. He's got to bring his creamer with him because there's no creamer in the house, so I don't eat it. So anyway. All right, so anyway.
Let me go over some quick group news. Unless you want to tell us about your week. Let's just jump right in, okay?
Okay, let's just jump right in.
Okay, otherwise we'll be here all day, and we don't want to be here all day. People have things to do and places to go.
We're going to try to keep it under an hour.
Yes.
So let's move on.
Okay, so group news. I haven't seen anything about Gabacorn yet from Miss Connie, so I'm sure she's still traveling to Chile. She's on her way.
Yes, probably.
Yeah. And I partnered up our birthday swap partners for the month of April. So that's been taken care of. I earburned everybody in the beginning thread, so hopefully everybody's corresponding with their group. I don't think I've seen any boxes yet for April. And then I opened a thread for the May birthday swap month. Give people plenty of time to go in there and sign up. I didn't want to have it such a small window. I'm probably going to try and stay a month or two ahead. And then the Wendy Sky Knit Along. A lot of Wendy Skies out there. I've seen them on Instagram. And just a reminder, if you finish your Wendy Sky, go post in both my group, our group, Periscoping Sisters on Ravelry, and on the Spicy Homemaker podcast, because she has a finished objects thread that she's going to be giving away prizes in that thread as well. Thank you, Melissa. And then I also wanted to remind everybody what our prizes are. Bags from Awesome Granny. We have a bag from Darlene from Bags from Awesome Granny.
Yes.
And she is still doing the coupon code in her store through May. And it's if you type in during the promotion code when you check out, you type in Sisters15, you'll get 15% off your purchase. So we have this fabulous bag. And then we also have a sock blank from Gail's Art, which is a gorgeous, one of her extreme sock blanks, which is fabulous.
Love.
I know. The colors in this are just amazing.
Oh, I love it.
So
Makes me want to knit a pair of socks.
What's that?
I said that, looking at that makes me want to knit a pair of socks. And I never really want to knit a pair of socks. I knit socks because Debbie makes me knit socks. But
I don't make you.
And I don't mind. Well, I don't mind knitting socks. They're fun to knit, but it's not like my go-to project. But when you have a sock blank like that, how could you not want to knit socks?
Or like this one.
I know. It's from the sock blank. I know. Okay, so let me go back because I didn't want to interrupt. I don't know why I'm being so kind today because it's so not like me. Now I got to remember what I didn't want to interrupt you about. Oh, what did you say right before the Wednesday Skein knit along? Oh, the birthday swap. Okay, so as most people know, there's sometimes we have people kind of the birthday swap, and it's not an even number. So Debbie has taken 1 month to swap with the odd man out. I've taken this last month to swap with the odd man out, and it just so happens the odd man out, it was Cher, Knit Vicious.
Yeah.
And it just so happens that back in December when we started doing Periscope, she was so sweet. She sent me 2 skeins of beautiful yarn for my birthday just because. So I said to her, well, don't send me anything. You've already sent me something for my birthday. Now's my chance to pay it forward, to give it back to you. I sent out her box yesterday. She should get it on Monday.
Oh, good.
And she brought up what a great idea. She said, well, I'll be a birthday swap angel. In case you guys have an extra odd man out, sign me up and put me down to be a birthday swap angel. And I thought, what a great idea. Maybe we need to open up a little thread that says birthday swap angel. So if anybody just wants, she says, so you and Debbie don't have to do every other time. She said maybe there's people out there that might want to be sort of a birthday swap angel. So maybe we'll open a thread. You think that would be good?
Yeah.
So if anybody, if there's an odd man out from 1 month for the birthday swap, and we'll just, the next person, like Cher will be the first one, and then the next person who wants to sign up, we'll just let them be the next person, and we'll tell them who to pair up with.
I think that's a good idea. That way, if I know there's been a couple people that have been interested in doing the swap, and they're saying, oh my gosh, my birthday's not till November. I have to wait till November.
I know, till February.
Yeah, so if they wanna jump in there early and be a birthday swap angel, just sign up in that thread. I'll open it later today. Yeah. And then we'll just go down the list, and that's awesome. Then we have another person to fill in that oddball. That'd be great. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cher. Thank you, Cher.
Thank you, Cher. She's in California. She's in Northern California. Okay, so I have something else to share, which was just totally spur of the moment, impromptu. Yesterday or the day before, Lauren from Lolo Did It. If you guys know, I'm going to try to do it the old-fashioned way. Can you see
Bring it down a little bit. Down a little bit. There you go.
Okay, so Lauren from Lolo Did It. She's an indie dyer. She just put something up on Instagram and said, hey, impromptu, who wants to do the Because I Love You rap? Anybody want to knit it with me? She didn't want to knit it by herself. And, well, the people start saying, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it. Oh, count me in. Yeah, I'll do it. Well, what are we going to do? So, the two of us that just in the last couple of days were like, oh, my gosh. So we have a hashtag. Oh, I guess I should have written that down, too. Hang just one moment while my secretary gets things organized, just a second, okay?
Okay, stand by. Everybody stand by.
Stand by.
Her secretary is working feverishly to catch up.
Okay. Now I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay, so the hashtag, if anybody wants to do the Because I Love You rap through, Lolo did it, and she just found out how to put a group on Ravelry. So if you go to groups on Ravelry and you just put Lolo Did It, it'll show per group. There's one little thread that says Because I Love You rap, Knit Along Chatter. So I thought that was really cute. Okay, so here's the hashtag. Can you see that, Deb?
Billy Cow, Because I Love You, Cal.
Yep. That's right, Because I Love You, Cal. So, we just she decided to do that. I thought that was really, really fun. And I'm waiting for my Barracuda to come because I'm going to do my first knit up of the Because I Love You cowl pattern. So I said, is it okay if I do the Because I Love You cowl instead of the wrap to go in cowl? Well, of course it's okay to do that. So
I hope
we're
so.
going to be
You're
having
the
fun. And I guess
designer.
we're just going to.
You should have you should be able to do whatever you want because you're the designer.
Yes, I know it doesn't matter, but I don't want to step on people's toes who want to do a knit along.
Well,
I hope
even
they
if
were.
you
I
want a
hope they were.
prize, if she's going to have prizes, even if you want a prize, you probably wouldn't accept it anyway because you're the.
No, I would.
Yeah.
Well, and I even told her. I said, now I said, be careful what you asked for and what you started. She says, I'm not saying just this little indie dyer. She's a very popular indie dyer. She's got plenty on her plate.
Yeah.
Dyeing yarns and sending them out. And now she says, oh, maybe we'll do a group. Oh my gosh, be careful what you're asking for, because now she's going to have a lot of people in the group. And I even said to her this morning when I was messaging her on Instagram, or a private message to her on Instagram, I said, well, I certainly, how long do you want to do it for? She's like, well, I don't know. I said, well, why don't we just do it through the end of May? Because I don't give April, May. I don't give people a good 6 weeks or so to get it done. I said, well, you're going to probably have to have a prize. Everybody has prizes for now long. I said, well, what I'll do is, I said, you gather, do whatever you want. I'll donate. I said, I would definitely want to donate the Because I Love You cowl pattern.
Yeah.
In that giveaway. So she said, okay. And speaking of giveaway, we're getting close to our 2,000 subscribers, Debbie. What is that about?
I know.
Crazy.
We're less than 100 away. We have to do another big giveaway.
We need to do another big giveaway. And I had some people, ask if they could send some things. I'm like, yes, great. So so we need to open is your secretary taking notes? We need to open up a thread in the group for the birthday swap angel.
Okay, hang on. I got a pen here and I got a piece of paper. I'll get my secretary on that.
Okay, on that.
Birthday
swap angel.
Yes.
Sign up. And so now we have to put in a thread for the 2,000 subscriber giveaway.
Yes.
So what are we gonna ask? Should we ask a question and have them answer a question? What do you think, Deb? We haven't really talked about this, have we?
Well, we did the other day, but you've forgotten because it was a busy week. I think we should ask people what their favorite shawl pattern was and why they really loved it. Because
this is why secretary is in charge, because she remembers things more than my secretary remembers, for sure. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, say it again so everybody can understand it.
Okay, so we're going to open the thread for the 2,000 subscriber giveaway. And what we would love for you to put in that thread is answer the question, what is your favorite shawl pattern that you've knit, and why did you enjoy knitting that pattern so much? Because who doesn't love a good shawl? And we all love to browse through there. And I will love you even more if that shawl pattern happens to work really well with gradient yarns, because I really want to use the gradient yarn I got from Tracy and Jody from the Grocery Girls. And I've been trying to poke around and find good patterns for a shawl with the gradient. So if you have a great gradient shawl, awesome. And because Amy and I...
Art by Anna. Art.
Yes.
We've got such incredible things. Art by Anna. I've got 2 of them now. I need to find a wrap pattern or shawl. No, it's called a shawl, but a wrap pattern for gradients. I think that's really, really, that would be even super duper.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be, but that would really help me find something to use for my beautiful yarn. Okay, so keep on. Sorry.
Yes, that's okay. And then I was just saying, since Amy and I are starting to, have some design, we've each had our own design, and we have a collaboration that's coming out in July. We would just like to get some feedback, too, on what types of shawls, shapes and sizes and patterns and different elements of the shawl that is your favorite and why it's your favorite. So that will help disperse some of our designing ideas. So that will be a good one. And I have that on my notes.
And you have to put on there your favorite. And you have to put on there your favorite design with the Because I Love You Wrap and Wendy Sky shawl. This is not for gaining brownie points.
No.
And this is not for stroking me and Debbie, because we're well above that. But I mean, if it truly is, I mean, be honest, if it truly is, that's fine. But you don't have to put that on there just to make us feel good.
That's right.
We've got people in our lives to make us feel good, and yeah, plenty of people in our lives to make us not feel so good, so we won't go there, okay? I'm only kidding.
Well, I mean, it's a perfect time to just say thank you, everybody, for watching and for all the
Yeah.
feedback. I mean, we've gotten so much great feedback, and thanks, Mom and Dad. They always watch us every week, and I always want to say thank you to you guys for your support. And it's just been an amazing journey and experience. And I get in the Ravelry group every now and then, and just go through there and peek and read the stories. And it's nice to know that we're not alone in dealing with the loss of Wendy and having somebody close to you pass away. There's lots and lots of other people out there that feel the same way and that have been sharing with us and appreciate us sharing our stories. And so getting that kind of feedback is really just super special and super nice. So thank you guys very much for that.
Okay, so I don't have, and we need to have a Life is Short story.
I do.
Everybody, you have one about Wendy?
I do.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so I don't know what made me think about this story, but and this is the premise or the basis behind this is a little bit hard for me. Wendy and I were on opposite ends of the birth order. Wendy was the oldest, I was the youngest, but we were really not that far apart. We were only 2.5 years apart. Like we said before, our parents were crazy for having 3 kids in 2.5 years, but that's a different story. So, Wendy...
That story we're not even going to talk about.
No, we don't need to go there.
Okay.
So Wendy being the oldest and being the firstborn and her personality, she was a teacher and she always wanted to teach people and explain things and, just be the mother hen. And it was such a wonderful part of her personality. But as the youngest sister who, I'm kind of independent and I feel like I'm pretty smart and I didn't feel like I needed all that guidance all the time. And it created a lot of conflict for us when we were growing up and we were in the same household. And so that was, after Wendy passed, it was a very difficult thing for me to face and to get beyond, was the way our relationship was for many of the early years that we had together. Now, as we got older, it was a totally different story and things were wonderful. But so anyway.
Well, the thing that happened when we got older is you just stepped up. Instead of sitting in your room, locking your door and reading to stay away from her, as we got older, you would just say, you know what, I don't need your advice. I don't need you telling me what to do. So basically, that's kind of the way. But you know what? Life isn't all unicorns, rainbows, and flowers.
Yes.
So, I mean,
yeah.
We had some really great times. I mean, it's not like you guys fought all the time. I mean, we did have maybe 2 minutes out of every day where things were fine. And that was when we were sleeping. No,
it wasn't quite that bad. But here's a perfect example, a perfect story of where me being the younger sister, I wanted to tell Wendy something that I knew and, let her know that I knew something. And so we were walking home from our neighbor's house, which was, oh gosh, I don't know, it was maybe a 1/4 mile up the road. We lived in the country and this was 40 years ago and we were safe. We were walking back from the Swain's house, right? Me and Wendy. I can picture it today.
Yeah.
And I talked to Mom, I asked Mom, and I think I was between 4 and 5 years old. And Wendy was 6 or 7. I think Wendy was 7 and I was 4.5 or 5.
I think I know the story where it's going.
Yes. So we were walking down the side of the road and I saw some green plants growing on the side of the road and I wanted to make sure that I told Wendy that I knew something. And I said, Wendy, don't touch those. Don't touch those plants. Those plants are poison ivy. She looked at me and she was like, what do you know? You don't know anything. You're the little one. You don't know anything. She says, they are not poison ivy. I said, they are poison ivy. Mom told me. Mom showed me. And they're 3 leaves and they're red and they're shiny. And you better not touch them because they will make you itchy. Well, of course, she proceeded to not believe me and tried to tell me wrong. And then she was going to prove me wrong. She picked a couple of those leaves and she wiped them all over her face. Yes, she did.
That is such a Wendy move.
Oh my gosh. In your face.
If
in
there
your
was
face.
A rule, if she knew of a rule, she'd be like, I'm hell bent to breaking that rule. So you were just asking for trouble by telling her about those. But of course, what did you do? Did you pee your pants at 4 years old? Did you almost like, oh my gosh,
I
what's gonna
stood
happen?
there.
What
I
did you
stood
say?
there, and I swear, I think I was speechless. I just probably looked at her with big saucer eyes, like,
Did her face start to swell up right then?
no. No, but you can imagine what happened the next day. Well,
Did you tell mom?
I don't think
You
I
like
did.
tell on Wendy. You
I
never
don't
said
think I
anything.
told her right when we got home. But the next day, when her face was about twice the size and as red as a fire engine,
It looked like she had leprosy.
yeah, she had to fess up and tell what happened, and I had to
Yeah.
tell her. And that's when I probably said, "Mom, I tried to tell her. I tried to tell her, and she didn't
Did
listen."
mom take her to the hospital to get a shot and stuff? I mean,
I don't know what happened there, but I just do remember Mom saying that she took her to school, and the teacher said, "Now, Nancy, who is this new student you have for us
yeah.
today?"
And I remember that day because I was on the bus. We walked to school, so getting on the bus was just like
What were you doing on the
it was like
bus?
Christmas. I was getting ready to go on. I feel
Oh,
that morning,
oh.
and I was on the bus, and I saw Mom walk up with Wendy and go into school, and she didn't even look like herself. I almost had to close my eyes because I'm thinking, what's happened to her? But I mean, you can imagine. I mean, I don't know how she didn't get it in her eyes or her mouth, and I know it was probably hell week for her with that. But oh gosh, you guys, and that is typical Wendy. There's
Yep.
the multiple stories about stuff like that. Wendy tried to prove everyone wrong or the world wrong because it just wasn't like that in her world. She had
Yeah.
her own world apparently.
So
Okay, so that was like the short.
I found a couple pictures of the summertime when we were about that age through Mom and Dad's
Okay.
photo album. So I'll put some pictures in at the end of us when we were that age.
You'll put them in the end?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
So,
before we talk about listen, we gotta show some stuff because
I know.
I'm just like, you girls just are too chatty. Okay, so you want to do whips? Do you have a whip? I have one whip.
I have one whip. You want to see my
Okay,
whip?
so should I tell them about it?
You go
Okay,
first.
you should whip. Okay, I'll go first. Okay, so I finished my finished object, which you'll see in just a minute. And so and if people are watching my Instagram, I got to go on a little quick ride with Ronnie in the big truck. So I knew I was going to finish my finished object. So I just wound up some yarn real quick, and I said, oh, I'll just do something with it. And I bought at one of the yarn stores some worsted weight. It's Madeline. It's not Madeline. There we go. In a Hugway. I don't know how you say it. Looks like a little cone, doesn't it?
Purple.
Isn't that beautiful? Purplies and greens. If anybody questions what color I love, this is it in a nutshell. Every single bit of yarn that I would buy would be that color. So I just got my size 10 little needles out, and I cast on 160 stitches, and I'm just making a big white sort of cowl that you can wrap around twice. It's just a little bit of ribbing and yarn overs and some seed stitch.
Oh, pretty, Aim. Hold it still. Hold it still.
Well, I'm waiting for my other yarn to show up.
Ooh, that's really pretty, Aim.
Kind of making it up, and then I'll probably put it in my Christmas kit for Christmas teacher or my boss or something. When Christmas comes, I'll have something to give. So that's my one little whip.
That's good.
What you've got whipped up?
What I've got whipping up is my March block for my monthly block blanket. And if you remember last week, I had 2 sorry little sad squares.
They weren't sorry. They were just brand new.
They're just starting. Okay, well now I have 9 squares. I put 7 squares on my green.
Squares. That is beautiful, Debbie. I love the checkerboard effect.
Yeah. So
Hold
pretty.
it closer. That's perfect. Hold it still. I'm so bossy. That is beautiful, Debbie. Yeah, because I was worried because a lot of those greens were sort of on the same tunnel, and I know you want to do the checkerboard. It's
Yeah.
working out really pretty, I think.
These two are a little bit close together, but this is the next one I'm putting in. Check this one out. Hang on a second. I got strings everywhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's good. Beautiful.
So that'll be nice and bright.
Very. Yep.
And I wanted to let everybody know I am joining in on Shannon's Soxetra. She's doing a blanket blitz cowl, I think she's calling it. Let me check my notes. Yes, blanket blitz cowl, and she's doing anything mini. So you can do a mini sock, you can do a mini hat, you can do a mini sweater, you can do mini squares on your blanket. But anything having to do with minis, she has a thread in her group where she's just going to do a chatter thread. She's going to draw for prizes there, and she's also doing a giveaway through her Instagram with the hashtag. So I got to get this posted. Cool. I got to get it posted on Instagram, and I got to get it in her group. So that's my one whip, because I have a huge finished object. Remember?
I know, and I saw it, and it's really, really awesome.
Okay, you go first.
Okay, with my finished object?
Yes.
Okay, so I finished the Cladonia, and you know when everything's bunched up on your needles, and you start, binding off, and you finally finish, bind off, you cut the thing, you pull it through the last third, and you hold it up, and you go, that's it. That's it. It's that big.
Did you not read the pattern?
I may have a long time ago. I was working on the Cladonia, and then I did the 3-color cashmere shawl, and then I picked up the Cladonia. I didn't know how. I didn't memorize it, if that's what you're asking. No.
Well, don't be disappointed if the pattern tells you the size. If it comes out the same size, that's what the size for the pattern is, silly.
Well, then I messaged Danny, because Danny, Little Bobbins was the one that that's where I found Cladonia, and hers was so beautiful. And I said, Danny, did yours come out, smaller? And she said, I frogged mine. I went, oh. And she didn't frog it because there was something wrong with the pattern, not at all. I mean, she frogged it because she didn't like the color combination. I guess she just never started again. So I stretched it. When I blocked it, I stretched it. I was afraid I might break the yarn. I stretched it all the way to 59 inches. I think it says finished is 55 inches, so I stretched it even further than that.
Oh, Aim, it's really pretty. I love that lace pattern.
I do too. And you know what? There's very few wraps I would actually make again. This is one of them. I will make this again. I love the stripes and increases. It keeps you busy. The lace at the end is beautiful. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out what the lace repeat is, and I'm going to figure out how many more stripes that means to repeat, just to get it a little bit longer. And I haven't even tried it on. I wanted it to be all nice and flat when I...
Oh, it's pretty.
It's more a little bit of like a scarf. I mean, it's not as and so, but still, I mean, you wear this under a coat or a jacket.
It's perfect.
It's perfect. This is not. Well, of course, it's perfect because I did it. Oh, let me tell you also, this is the only pattern in, I don't know, years. I'm sure years that I did not modify. I followed the pattern exactly.
Do you remember that?
Honoring the design.
Do you know her name? You need to write her name down and maybe look and see what other patterns she's created. Maybe she's created another pattern.
It's in my phone, and I'm Skyping on my phone, so I can't look it up. Debbie, can you look it up? Will you get your secretary to look it up really quick? Thank you.
I will see if I can find it very quickly.
Debbie's not Jewish, and neither am I, but she said Ivey, because we've heard that a lot over the years. My parents, my mother's father, I guess, thought they were Jewish or wished they were Jewish or knew Jewish words. They said Ivey a lot.
I've heard that before, too. Okay, I'm Cladonia.
So this is a beautiful pattern, you guys. If you want to, and you know what? Sky was asking me all the time when I was knitting it. Who is that for? Who is that for? I think she has 5 pounds. 5 pounds. Okay.
Kristen Kapoor.
Kristen Kapoor.
And I'm sure she has well, this is from her Kristen Kapoor Shawl book 1. So I'm sure that name is very familiar.
I'm
I
sure.
know she has multiple shawls.
Yeah,
You
I
should
know.
look
Yeah.
and see what other ones she's done
I will.
because maybe you will really like
I
them.
will.
Okay.
Okay. So
Are you ready to see my finished object?
you're going to show your finished object. I'm ready.
Okay. I have an old one and I want to talk about what I'm wearing, but this is my new finished object. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Drum roll. 3-color cashmere shawl with Baronvula.
Yes.
Oh, Debbie, you followed the pattern exactly. How beautiful is that?
I didn't follow it exactly, but I followed it a lot closer than you did.
Put in a little here.
Yeah, I put in
Yes,
a couple extra color stripes here and here. I changed the increases a little bit so it wouldn't be as long. I increased the length of this. I did another repeat of this. I did the same repeat of this of the lace. But then after I did this color, the 3 rows you're supposed to do, I did an out and back garter of the dark color and I bound off with the dark color.
In the picots, right?
Yes, in Pico.
And how cool was that Hohi commented on your picture? I was just like, well, of course she commented because Debbie follows the pattern almost exactly. She would not have commented on mine, but I totally recreated. I didn't really recreate the whole thing, but I just did. Oh, Debbie, it looks so pretty. Do you love it?
I do.
How pretty. Oh, it's so nice.
And it matches this other thing that I'm wearing, actually.
I know. I see that.
So
I didn't even notice what you are wearing. Did you make what you're wearing?
I did. So
how did I not know that? I didn't know you did make something other than sweaters.
This is a sweater, but it's a tank sweater. And it's called...
Was it supposed to have sleeves?
No. It's called the Lotus Blossom Tank. And it's made with Louet Euroflax, which is 100% linen.
Oh, see, I don't know that I like that. Oh, Debbie, that's pretty.
I put a white tank top on underneath just so you could see the lace.
Ooh, that's pretty. The lace is at the bottom part, past the bodice and things.
What's that?
Lace that starts past the bodice.
Yes,
obviously.
And this pattern, if you look at the notes on Ravelry, if you look a lot of people's notes, it actually runs kind of big. So I'm not a super small person. I'm on the bigger side of average. But I knit the smallest size, and it worked out perfectly. And even though it was really crunchy, I think it's the same yarn that Tracy's knitting that wrap for her mom for Mother's Day. It's the same yarn, and it is kind of crispy and a little crunchy to work with. But once you wash it and block it, it's really drapey and really soft and really pretty. I really like it a lot.
You didn't have to do any increases across the breast. You didn't have to do any short rows. You just followed the pattern, and you did what size you just thought would be good.
I think I may have modified the sleeves a little bit. I can't remember. I may have made them a little bit wider here. I did something different, but I didn't put it in my Ravelry page, so I don't remember.
I think that's something I probably knit. Looks good on you, so I know it would probably look good on me.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would use linen, but it is cool, so that might be okay. I don't know where we are in our program, but I wanted to talk about a couple of new podcasts that I watched. Brand new. I don't even know if you know. And my secretary left it in the other room, so I'm going to have to go get it because I haven't memorized the notes.
Okay, do you want me to, I will show this pair of socks that I knit, because yesterday I washed a whole bunch of my socks, because they were all getting dirty, and I had to do them all at once because it's a lot faster. So I'll talk about these socks while you're running over to get your stuff.
Take the socks because I wanted to disconnect. Okay,
and it's going to be really weird because I'm going to be talking to nobody, but that's okay. I know you guys are listening. So these socks, the yarn is from Neely's Knits, and it's one of her rainbow colorways, and they're sparkly. And they came with, you can see, I decided to make flip-flop socks. See the big toes there and the main part of the foot? So that's
Oh
the
my gosh.
bottom of the foot. I did a fish lips kiss heel, and then I went all the way up, and the yarn was like a dark gray, stormy clouds, and then the rainbow. And I made these using, I think, I can't remember the name of the pattern. I'll try and remember to link it in the show notes. The pattern that I used as a guide for the flip-flop socks. But someone made a comment on my Instagram post the other day because they said, "Do I see flip-flop socks there on the drying in the sun?" I said, "Yeah." So I usually throw these in my purse, and in this spring and summertime when I'm running around in flip-flops, and then I have to go to a baseball game that goes into the evening and it gets cold and my feet get cold, I can pull these out and still wear them with my flip-flops. So
most people wear sneakers, jeans, and socks at baseball games, but Debbie wears her little flip-flops and she just whips out her flip-flop socks. How smart is that? Okay, so is it time to talk about podcasters now?
Okay, that's fine. Go for it.
Okay, we need to move along. Okay, so, did I pick the wrong? Such a dingbat.
Did you get the wrong notes?
You know how many of these I have? Like 4 or 5.
Maybe you should have all of that together, but before we start recording.
I know. My secretary wasn't so well organized. Just give me a second and I'll get the right one.
Okay, hurry up. Okay, bye. Okay, so I'll talk about these socks. I think I may have talked about these socks before on the podcast, but these socks are from Vivid Yarn Studios. Julia, I know the grocery girls love Vivid Yarn. And these were knit. This was my first sock blank socks. And this was a double knit blank. So there were 2 threads. When you unraveled the sock blank, there were 2 threads that came out together and they matched perfectly. And so I did these toe up 2 at a time, fish lips kiss heel. I did a little bit of an increase
and
with
you
the
even
gusset.
had enough to do little boot toppers.
Right. This is the one that I had some length at the end that I knit into little boot toppers for Sky, Amy's daughter, my niece. So those are my Vivid Yarn Studios sock blank rainbow socks.
Love that. Ooh, as they walk. Okay, so I finally got my notes.
Okay, good. What you got?
Okay. All right. So, this girl, her name is Charlotte. Her podcast is called Charlotte and Gus. Have you ever heard of them? Charlotte and Gus Knitting Podcast?
No.
Oh my gosh. Gus is her cat, her big orange cat, and she lives in Paris, and she's probably got, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 videos or so. She's back in February, so just a little bit before we started. She does sweaters. She knits sweaters, not just sweaters, but like color work sweaters.
Wow.
She's this little tiny thing, and she's just like, okay, well, the sleeves are color work. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, girl, you're just biting off lots. I mean, It's beautiful work. So if you want to go over and check her out, it's called Charlotte and Gus Knitting Podcast. She's really, really fun. And another one that I found, and what I did is I just kind of scrolled down until I saw one that maybe they just started or maybe they don't have that many subscribers. I just wanted to, everybody knows the main big podcast. I wanted to find one that maybe nobody's ever heard of. I don't know, maybe they have. Maybe I'm just late to the party. Well, this girl, I'm assuming her name is Faye. It's her knitting podcast is called Fairy Faye, and fairy is not spelled the way you think. It's Faery, Fairy Faye, Fay''S, Fairy Faye's knitting podcast. She's got she's got 4 videos. I believe she's Australian. So I kind of got that from her. And she showed this big bunny, this black and white bunny. She was holding the big bunny at the end, really cute little bunny. But she's just started dyeing yarn, I think with natural things. Mm-hmm. She's got a lot of indigo color ones and light purple color ones, really pretty. And she does some beautiful lace knitting, shawls and wraps and things like that. Gorgeous stuff. And her podcasts aren't that long. I think one that I watched was like 19 minutes. She just kind of showed what she was working on. She had made some little tiny baby socks, like a pair for one of her friends, and then she showed some of her yarns. So that's Fairy Faye's Knitting Podcast. Just if you would go over and check it out. Really, really cute.
I have a new
I like
one.
them.
I have a
So,
new one.
so that's all I had written down.
I have a
You
new
have
one.
new ones? Do you?
I don't know if you
Okay, who's
noticed
that?
this, if you saw her post on Instagram, because I'm sure you follow her on Instagram. But our good friend, Becky, Soprano Knits, put up a first podcast.
And I have not watched yet
You need to.
because it's been a very crazy
She's
week.
a
Well, I
total
need
natural.
to. Is this the same?
Yes,
Is she the same
she's just
Periscope?
herself, and she's so
Yeah.
sweet, and I admire
And
this
what did
girl,
they
you
call it?
guys.
What did she call it?
She calls it stringing it together, and the
Stringing
T
it together.
and the T and the R she kind of has in like little brackets. So if you take the T and the R out, it's singing it together. She's a soprano. She's an opera singer. So clever. And yeah, so yeah, so I had a little bit of a difficult time finding it when I searched on YouTube, but if you put in her name is Becky Sorensen. If you put in her name, it'll come up. Sorensen. Yeah, so stringing it together. And she's done a couple periscopes, and she's just a beautiful young gal who is an artist. She's a soprano singer, opera singer, and she got on the plane and went to Germany this past year and did a tour through Europe and did a bunch of she's moving to Germany, and she
like audition.
She did a big audition tour, and she's just picking up and moving and just going, following her dream, which is so awesome. And she's a great knitter, and she's just very sweet. It was really, really fun and enjoyable. Great job, Becky.
She has a boyfriend who just recently moved to England, right? He's a pianist, and she's just taught him how to knit. Yeah. Like, what if my husband get on the knitting bandwagon? Anyway.
You'll get him started on that.
Chelsea's husband knit, and Becky's boyfriend knit. I bet you. Okay, Ronnie may be the last man that ever picks up needles, but I'll tell you one person who will never pick up needles. That's your husband, Dave. Never. You don't even want to talk about it. Never even want. Forget it. Ronnie can talk about yarn and go in yarn shops, but he's just like, boo-doo, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's okay. All men are different.
That's right, and we love them for what they've.
Yeah, who they are.
Yeah, who they are. So the only other things I have on the list, I have quite a bit to show for Skeins in the Closet because I got a lot in the mail this week, and to be honest, I didn't buy any of it. It was all gifted to me, which is just amazing. So that was very cool.
Wow.
And then,
okay, so do we need to go? Is that the last thing we have?
Well, I don't have anything for Humble Happenings. Do you have anything for Humble Happenings?
No.
Okay. And then Anatomy of a Knitter and Let's Be Civil?
I don't have anything for that this week.
Okay. I do want to just be real with the Let's Be Civil thing, and I'm going to put it out there. If y'all believe in the power of prayer, please pray for me. I need a lot of prayer this week. I have finally come to the conclusion that the balance in my life is not balanced. I am not balanced right now, and I'm just working way, way, way too much. And so I'm gathering the courage to go and talk to my boss about maybe trying to reduce my hours a little bit so that I can have better balance in my life, take better care of myself. I can't work from 7:38 in the morning and get home at 6:30, 7 o'clock at night and have time for me and my family and my craft and everything else. So for the position that I hold in the company, it's a stretch to ask to do this, but I think I do bring a lot of value to the company, and I'm hoping that it will run smoothly and I'll be able to put up the boundaries and maintain that so that I can get back into some kind of healthy exercise routine again and regain some balance. So thank you for that. Send good thoughts my way this week if you would. I would really, really appreciate it. It's hard to think about. It's hard to talk about. And Amy, you and I have talked about this a lot on and off, and I was talking to Tanya, my best friend, yesterday.
Well, and just like Mom would say, if anybody is really lamenting and worrying over situations in their life, my mother gives a lot of good advice. And one of the things that she's always told us and asked us throughout life when we call her and say, I don't know, Mom, and she says, this is the one thing she says, what is the worst thing that could happen? Because, when you really start thinking about the situation and the worst thing that could happen, it's really not that bad.
Yeah.
But, the worst thing that could happen in this situation that they say no. Which, you know what? I don't think that I would really go there if I were them.
I don't think he'll say no. I think it's just going to be harder to try and understand, well, what on my plate will have to be taken off my plate. And the plate is so full.
That's just a delegation.
Yeah.
Yes. So, he does it, and maybe men are different than women, but and why other people do it and other people decide not to do it, you can't beat yourself up and say, well, I feel guilty because my boss is always there. Well, you know what? That's the boundaries, or not lack of boundaries that he set on himself. So I would not worry about it. You're ready to have that conversation, and you just need to go in there and go for it. That is your homework for the week, Miss Missy. I would like to hear a report on Friday afternoon on how that went.
I know. I need to find the right time, and it's going to be earlier in the week than later because I need to start. And I need to start now, and that's just the way it's going to be.
You just need to make some notes for yourself, and you just need to walk in there and sit down and close the door and say, we just have to have what I call a come to Jesus meeting. Come to Jesus meeting.
Yeah.
He's probably going to sit there and think, she's about to resign and give me her resignation letter, and you just make him believe that at the beginning. So if you hit him with, we've got to relook at how much time I'm spending here. He's going to be like, oh, thank God she's not resigning. Yes, whatever you want, Debbie, that's fine. See?
Yeah,
we've got it already figured out for you.
Yeah.
See?
So you said something that reminded me that I wanted to share something because you said Mom has a lot of good advice. And she and I were talking yesterday, and she reminded me, thank you, Mom. You always have good advice. And we need to have maybe it's not an all the time piece of our episode, but she said maybe you need to have a Nana's Nook. Nana's Nook.
Nana's Nook.
We could show stuff that Nana knit, or advice from Nana, and all the little things that she's taught us. So one of the things she wanted me to share with you all and remind you is that if you are, maybe you're looking for the perfect button, or you don't have time to run out to the 5 different places to try and find and search for the perfect button, or you have a sweater that there's just no button out there that's going to match perfectly, or you need something more whimsical that you don't think is out there, she has created and made her own buttons out of Fimo clay. And you can buy Fimo clay. It's very reasonably priced at Walmart, Target, any Michael's, Joann's, any craft store, you can find Fimo clay. And you just roll it out. You make it thin. It comes in all different colors. You can blend the colors together to make different colored Fimo clay. And then you roll it out with your knitting needle, flatten it out into a little slab. Yeah, you got all the tools you need with your writing your knitting. Flatten it out, use the instructions on there to figure out how long to bake it.
Yeah.
And you got your own personalized, perfectly color to match whimsical button.
And what's nice about it doesn't really shrink that much, so you don't have to worry about shrinkage or cracking. Just follow the directions. But that's a whole, that's like a whole nother business. So if you have no time to hunt for the button, you're going to have to make time to make the buttons.
Well, it may be something that you have in your mind, right? You have it exactly in your mind what you want, and you just can't find it, and you can do all kinds of things with Fimo.
Yeah.
So that's from Nana's Nook.
Okay, so time check.
It is 49 minutes.
We've got to get it on in 11 minutes. We've got to finish what we're talking about. Okay, that's our goal.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to talk about this first.
Okay. I've got mine.
You tell the story of what we won.
Okay, so this is from the Knitting I Love podcast. This is Barbara's. She picked into the jar. Remember, she got into the jar and she pulled out our crazy names and got us out of there before we caused any more trouble. So this is her large pack, the Flower Power Collection Big Set. And
It's so cool.
this is, do you want me to take it out? I'll talk about it
Yeah,
real
take
quick.
it out and show. Yeah.
Okay, so there's 4 things in here. This is it's like a little coaster. Is it too much of a glare?
It's okay.
It's her little coaster, and it has like a little needle gauge. It has little flowers embossed on there. It has a little needle gauge there.
Cute.
That's cool.
Love that.
And then this is a needle cozy, I believe. I think this is just for decoration, this little snap thing. Oh, no, actually, you know what? That snap is
So you put your circulars down. Yes. To hold the needle.
Yeah, so here,
Yeah,
I have
try
some circular needles. You stick them in there, and you snap that around your needles. I think that's how that works. Can you see that?
Yes. Yep.
To protect them.
I love it.
So that's cool.
Put it in my bag right now, project bag.
Yeah. And then we got this little one, which is another needle cozy for straights. See this little corner flips up? You stick your straight needles in there like this. I just happen to have a set right here. Slide that over, and then it's got like a little elastic thingy that goes around. And that protects your knitting.
That's so cute.
And then you have socks or whatever comes out of there that you're doing with your double points. And then she also included these cute little handmade little tags.
Yes. It says handmade that you can sew on your garment or whatever you give.
Oops.
And she has actually given an orange pack to a lucky viewer. So we're going to add this to our 2,000 subscriber giveaway.
Oh, cool.
So we'll put that in the pack of starting our list of things that we're going to give away.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, so I'm gonna move along before you get to your Skein in the closet. Right after we recorded last week, my Bags by Awesome Granny showed up.
Oh, good.
And you haven't seen it. Well, you've seen it because you picked it out.
Did you like it?
I love it. It is so cool, and it matches her little zipper pull. I just so love it, and it's got polka dots on the inside.
Oh, good.
It's the perfect bag, and it is pretty big. I probably could put a sweater in here. I mean, it's just awesome. I love it, love it, love it.
This one was mine.
So I got that. Yes. Cute. Thank you, Debbie. And that was so sweet of you to tell her to get free.
Well, that was from her. That was a gift from her. I had nothing to do with it, Amy. I just picked it out. She's the one that sent it to you.
But I'm saying, I know. Thank you for picking it out, and thank you, darling.
Okay.
So anyway, Sue had messaged me, and she says, I just wanted to send you a little something. Can I have your address? And I'm like, well, okay, that's fine. So I got this box, like this shoebox full of stuff. This girl is just absolutely crazy. I mean, not crazy like that, but how sweet is she?
Very sweet. She's been tagging us all the time with Wendy Skies.
And they got some really incredible Wendy Skies over there in Israel. Oh, this smells so good too. I mean, there's sea salt soap she put in here. There's this purifying mask. One of these times we're gonna podcast from. I want to have the mask on my face. That's for an hour. That'd be good, wouldn't it? I mean, smell it, hand soup stuff. Seriously, little notepads. I mean, this is cute. Okay, so let me also show you the fiber that was included. You're gonna die. Circus Tonic Handmade is like one of my favorite indie dyers too.
She sent you some of that? Oh my gosh, yeah. Amy, that's beautiful.
It's Gala. Hold on a minute, I'm just ripping it apart here.
It's like
you can see the
pink.
It's a salt pink that reminds me of Danny. It's got a little pop of gray right there.
Nice. That's beautiful.
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Oh wait, there's more. She sent me some Noro. Look at this beautiful colorway.
Oh, ooh. What are you going to make with that?
No,
That would
but they're
make.
like
Is that like
bright.
worsted?
This is. I don't think. No, I don't think it's worsted. I think it's more. It's more fingering. But it's got tops of bright green and blue and turquoise. I love it. And wait, there's more. Okay, so this is. Let me pull the little thing out. It's called hand dyed yarn from. Oh shoot! Hold on a minute.
Put your glasses on.
You know, Yarn Cafe from the Yarn Cafe. Look at this.
Oh, that's
Beautiful
pretty.
green with some pink and some turquoise. Look at how cute that little strap
Oh,
around there. It says Yarn Cafe. It's called it's from Utah. Let me see. Is there a name? Is there a name of this one?
that's pretty.
Yarn Cafe Creations on Instagram. And where is it? Yarn. I wish I knew the name. It doesn't have a name.
Well, I bet you if you Googled Yarn Cafe, you'd probably find it fine.
Yeah, but it's just so beautiful. So, how about that? And let me show you the most spectacular thing. Wait, there's more. Wait till you see this. You're going to die. Sorry for the crinkling. Okay, close your eyes, Daddy. Close your eyes. Listen to your sister.
It's closed.
Okay. Keep your eyes closed. Don't open them yet. Okay, don't open them yet. Okay, open them.
Oh my goodness, she knit you
Open.
She knit you.
Yeah? Yes, a lace. Look at this. It's a lace.
Okay, hang on a second, Aim. The picture's going real bad for a second there. I don't know what's going on with the internet. Yeah, hold it still. Oh my goodness. That looks familiar. Did she?
Huge because she put it on it. I think pictures on her Instagram. It's like way, and it smells so good because it's been hanging out with the mask and the soaps for the whole trip from Israel.
Oh,
It
Aim,
smells
that's
like
pretty.
a spa. Oh my God, it's lovely, isn't it? I love it. You're so sweet. That so tops anything you're going to show. Sorry, just saying.
It's beautiful.
Okay. All right.
Are you ready for me to show my
I'm going to
stuff?
wear my beautiful wrap from Tutu.
Okay.
Yes, because we need to move on. We want to keep it under an hour, remember?
I know. Well, you didn't give me much time. I've got a whole 2 minutes. That's okay. We'll go over for just a few minutes.
That's why I talk first.
All right. So I have to tell you guys, I did a swap with Dag. You know, Zia Wool's Dag.
Paper Dag. Yeah.
Paper Dag on Instagram. And she's the sweetest. Oh my gosh, you guys. I open up the box. I am not kidding you. I open up the box and I burst out laughing. You want to know why I burst out laughing?
Yes.
This, you may not be able to read it because her handwriting is a little bit crazy. But this is what she had in the very top of the bag. Can
Luke, keep saving, dude. The money can be quite handy or something like that.
Yes, those dollars can be quite handy. Do you remember?
Did she send $1?
She sent him $1.
Oh, how smart of her! You didn't give it to him yet. I see that.
I'm gonna keep it together. It was the funniest thing.
Oh, that's so cute.
It was so cute because she put her phone number in the little letter. I opened up the letter. She said, FaceTime me sometime. So I actually FaceTimed her and we were on the phone together when I opened up all these gifts, and it was just
my God.
It was so fabulous to spend a few minutes with her. She's such a neat lady. And she sent me some awesome, I'm not going to show every single thing I got, but she used to make these books. It says, I am my art. Look at that. It's got fabric swatches sewn on the front.
Is it like a journal?
It's a journal. It has a little elastic that comes off. Look. It's a lined journal. And look on the inside.
How Oh, the sheepy.
Isn't that adorable?
Debbie, how sweet is that?
I thought that was, she said she has a few of them left and she doesn't really sell them anymore, but she gives them to, special people. So I felt very special for getting that. And she also sent me this little sheepy bag. Look at the cute sheep on this bag.
Oh, Debbie, how cute are they?
It's a little
yellow.
Little notions pouch. Yeah. Isn't that cute? And then she sent me all of these minis.
Oh, sweet.
Look, and she labeled them all. I can't wait to put these in my blanket.
Wow. Those purples look really, that might be one for one of your months, like April or May.
Yes. Look at all those.
Cute. Look at that gold one. That's really neat.
This one is beautiful. This one
is. One? Yeah. It's like a brownish gold one.
This is one of hers. Zia Wools. This is one of hers that she dyes.
Oh my gosh. Really?
Yes, she dyes.
Oh, I love that, Debbie.
She's the hand dyer of Zia Wools. And this one's hers too. This one's called Paris.
I didn't know she was so talented. Oh, I love that one. Those are my colors.
So I know all those beautiful minis. I love that. And then, if that wasn't enough, to top it off, look at this, you guys.
Oh my gosh, Debbie. Did she dye that one?
She did. This one's called Sugarloaf Merino 2-ply, 100% merino.
Oh my gosh,
and
it's pretty.
It's called Rain Dance.
Oh, wow. That is really beautiful. Look at those turquoises.
Beautiful.
And grays. Wow.
And it's like a purple. There's like purple in there. See that?
Wow. Yes. Like an eggplant color. Ooh, that's beautiful. I like your yarn beard. Like the Amish. No mustache, just a beard.
I love it. It's so springy and squishy, you guys. Oh, I can't wait to find something to make with that. I need to find something really pretty to pair it with and make like a 2-color something. So that was from her.
A really pretty light purple to go with that. So there's nice contrast.
And she gave me some lip balm, a couple other really sweet little things. So thank you so much, Dag. Mwah. And then I got...
Is that all of things?
No. I got a belated birthday gift from our good friend Connie.
Of course you did.
Is that backwards?
So, don't even.
Sorry.
Not even.
Look at that, you guys.
Oh my gosh, that is so awesome. Her yarns are so vibrant, you guys. I mean, showing them on here does not even do them justice. I did all of my my 3-color cashmere shawl in colors that she dyed. I mean, if you want something bright and neon and beautiful variation, she is just...
I mean, it's mostly turquoise with a little bit of green and a little bit of bright yellow and little speckles of the dark purple. It's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Thank you, Connie, so much. And she sent me a really pretty little birthday card.
Oh, so sweet.
Yes.
And matches your fingernails.
I know. And then, last but not least, my good friend Vicky Bear from Bed and Bula.
Oh.
She just, I don't know, wanted to say thank you and give us a gift, and I
haven't got mine yet.
You haven't gotten yours yet? Well, I got mine, and they're just gorgeous. I mean, look at this.
What did you pick out, Debbie? Oh, you picked out another? Boy, you've got a lot of turquoise. I think you might need to unload some of those, I think. I don't have any of those.
This one's called Ocean Tide.
What color is that one?
Ocean Tide. And look, it's got like dark spots in it.
Oh, wow. Ocean Tide.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yes, Debbie, it is. Wow.
And then I got another colorway called Cassiopeia. And this is like a dark, dark chocolate brown, but it's got splashes.
Ooh, a pink and yet, wow.
Pink
Well, that's
and
going to end up really interesting.
orange and yellow. Look at that.
Cassiopeia. Ooh, that's nice. That's going to be really pretty.
I think these are going to be
But
socks.
high contrast.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, very high contrast in one Skein. I like that. That's neat. And hers is always so beautiful.
Spongy and
Carpety stuff.
soft and so
Yeah.
nice. So that's all I have, and we're over by 5 minutes, so maybe we should just say goodbye really fast. Okay, goodbye.
Okay, so if you can't be kind,
Be quiet. Thank you guys so much for watching.
bye. Thanks for watching.
Mwah.
Mwah. High five.
Oh.
Okay, see you next time.
Love you, Aim. Bye.